Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tabletop Bob. My name is Bob. I'll be your Dungeon Master for tonight's episode of In Search of the Unknown, our Keep on the Borderlands reunion, sequel, extravaganza. What's up? How's it going, everybody?
Doing good.
Doing well.
Nate, what was that? What did you say there? I think it got a little garbled there.
Oh, howdy. Oh,
That is garbled.
there is good.
No,
It's-
Oh,
That's
Robot Nate.
You're also frozen.
that's Nate
Jill the
GPT.
howdy.
Nate, people have been waiting for that howdy all week long, and you go and garble your internet.
Am I frozen still?
You're frozen. I
You're,
think.
in like the
frozen
perfect
in a
pose.
different pose. Now you're moving a little bit.
Wait, so
Look at
can
this.
you hear me and I'm just frozen?
Correct.
Oh, excellent. All right. Hopefully I'll be back real soon.
Okay, I hope that I hope so too.
Um,
As
15 minutes
always, though, the crowd loves the little howdy from Nate, so we can get we'll get him back here. We'll get a howdy in. But howdy to all of you, because we have a milestone here on the channel. Did everybody know we surpassed 3K subscribers?
Oh,
yeah.
Congratulations, Bob.
Thank you, and it's really cool because I think these milestones, they're starting to come quicker. That's kind of neat. Seems like we're picking up steam, some momentum. So let's keep it going. Here's to 4K. And thank you, Cam W, who just gave a super chat on the 3K members. Thank you, appreciate it. Nate's not able to speak right now. He's stuck in the warp. That's what he is right now. Look at that.
Look at him.
Sorry, Nate. Hopefully it picks up in a little bit, but normally you don't have too many internet troubles. So we'll see. Welcome everybody else that we see in the chat. It's already a good chat so far. If you haven't done so already, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and do all the YouTube things so we can get these videos out to more people. We've got a couple of updates, I guess. We talked last week about timing for this game, and right, I think I mentioned in my June live stream that we were going to do like a 4 or 5 episode stint with this, but knowing us and knowing how we play, we don't want to cut any of the fun stuff, so we're not going to rush through this. And I may end up having I will end up having surgery and get all that stuff done, but we'll try to play before I do it, after I do it, and we'll try to keep this train rolling and not miss too many sessions. But if we have to go into September, I'm sure everybody here is okay with doing that. Is that case everybody?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Perfect.
We can always cram 1 month of fun into 2 months.
That's right. Exactly.
Oh no, we have to play more.
We're squeezing it in somehow.
Yeah. So, in my mind, I just had it like, okay, the end of the month is going to be crazy. Let's try to get it done, but we'll just play more. So that's it. It's going to be our mentality on this. But, when I say 4 or 5 episodes, I really mean like 8 to 10 to 12. That's what I think of. Right? You got that.
Numbers and their meanings. Who cares?
Exactly. So, a couple other things here. Quick icebreaker question tonight. I was scrolling, doing some, social media scrolling, and I found out the most interesting fact I've seen in a while. And I'm going to ask you all a question, and you're going to give me a guess as to what you think the answer is. All right? Get your movie hats and, cinema hats on, because this is a movie trivia question. Ready? Okay. So there's a bunch of people who are famous, actors who are famous for cursing on screen, in film. I'm sure a bunch of them come to your mind right now. Which actor has cursed the most on the big screen? I could cue the Jeopardy music right now, but take a guess. We'll go around the horn here. We'll start with Chris, and we'll go all
I
the
know
way
it's
down.
not who you must.
It's not that person, Nate, I'm sure, but we'll see.
I gotta go with Richard Pryor.
Okay, Richard Pryor. That's Chris.
So
Good guess. We'll go with two. Nate might be frozen right now. I can't tell. Nate, are you there?
I'm trying to hold the same pose so it doesn't look like I'm frozen.
Okay, well, we hear you.
Hold it. I'm not sure I follow the logic there.
What's your guess?
Uh, um,
Oh, boy.
shoot, I didn't have one ready. What?
We're gonna have to come back to you, Nate. Nate, we might have to
I
regroup
think it's
here.
one of those people you guys.
Nate, we might have to regroup here with you. We're gonna.
Oh my gosh! Hold.
All right, there goes Nate. I had a feeling it was coming. So Jeff, go ahead.
Well, the obvious one that it can't possibly be would be Samuel Jackson. But that's too obvious.
Oh, can't
long,
be. Okay.
long and storied career.
I know what the supposed answer is because I just Googled it because Sam Jackson.
No,
Sam
don't Google-
It's
Jackson.
not fun.
I know, I'm no fun at all. Sam Jackson is going to be my official guess, and even before I looked.
All right. What about you, John?
Well, that's kind of where I was going for, but I also agree. Like, I'm thinking of someone who's been around for like a long time. Like Betty White was on TV, but we're talking movies, right? So Bob Newhart, like there's so many of those people. I got to go with Chris Rock.
Okay, Chris
No.
Rock. Gotcha.
Not a lot of movies. Nah, I don't like
Well,
it.
he did all those other Adam Sandler movies too, but still.
Yeah.
All right, and then what about you, Tim?
Go with
Sandler's
Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage has a pretty long career, and if you ever are really bored and looking for a laugh, Nicolas Cage freaking out montage on YouTube, he gets a pretty fair amount of swear words in there.
Nice. And then I think we're just all out of sorts here in this order, but Jeff can't vote, right? Is that what the case?
Yeah.
And we're waiting for Nate. Nate, you're our
Hear
tiebreaker.
me.
Oh boy, Nate, we can hear you, but we
Can you
can't
hear?
see you too well.
Oh jeez.
We're getting like
I'm gonna maybe try and different.
we're getting none
sounds-
of the important words. We're
Yeah.
getting
Doing all of
all
the
the-
articles
Yeah.
and you're of.
All right. Well, Nate, we'll have to. If he signs off again, we'll give him a chance to guess. But otherwise, I'm going to go for it here. So I also was shocked at this. My guess was Samuel L. Jackson. The article actually talked about Joe Pesci and
That's
Al
a good one. I didn't
Pacino.
think about him.
There were a lot of good ones, but the answer is Jonah Hill, which shocked
wow.
me.
Wow.
Shocked me.
Yeah,
I
because
know
I
he's-
would pick like 3 of the other people in his crew there. You know, like before I like Rogan and interesting.
Yeah, I was shocked because I mean I know he curses quite a bit in his movies, but I just didn't think he had that many. Apparently he does, and curses every other line. So it's like 500 something curse words.
Wolf of Wall Street, he probably racks up a bunch
a
in that one
lot.
alone.
Yep,
That's
Wolf of
true.
Wall Street has a lot. Superbad has a lot.
Yeah.
That's true. So maybe it is not as unexpected, but again, my initial thought was Samuel Jackson or Al Pacino or Joe Pesci, one of those like classic cursors. But you know what? It's what it is.
I was
And-
trying to think of a woman that cursed a lot.
So I was thinking of like the Betty White or Angela Lansbury, like somebody's been around a million years.
Adam Sandler was up there too, but
Yeah.
but there weren't any women in the top like 5 or so. So, but you know what? Talking about swearing, you know who probably swore quite a lot? The Char Coalition after fighting those Stone Guardians.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I sure did.
Yeah. Nate, how
was
you doing?
going? Oh shit! Does
Yeah,
that count as swearing?
it does.
Okay.
Nate, how are you doing? You hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I do
Yes.
hear
Do
you
I look kind of normal?
a little
Well,
bit.
that's a loaded question.
I mean,
You
we don't
certainly-
have to be too honest here. Just my
You certainly look better and sound better than before. You're still a little
All
bit laggy, but you're much better.
yeah, but apologies, everybody. I'm not exactly sure. It doesn't usually happen.
Mm-mm. Oh boy.
If it gets rid, though, I will try and shift place. Oh boy.
Do you need to like reboot your modem or something?
Mm-mm.
We'll work on it on our end here, Nate's end. He'll work on it, and we'll get started in the game. So Nate, if you want to try moving somewhere, if you need to mute your screen or something, or close your screen, you can do it, and we'll jump back with you when you feel like you're in a good spot. There we go. All right, so just to recap, and we'll get us going here. So just to recap, last episode we devised a plan to find Quasqueton, which is the hidden fortress that you've been tasked to locate. You ended up going to the clearing to the west side of the Caves of Chaos, hoping that perhaps the power source of the cave, the crystal that was pulsating for all these years, would probably have been the power source that these weavers would have looked for. And lo and behold, you found Quasqueton, or at least some fortress that went underground. And as you entered in, you noticed two things. Number one, that there looks like it's relatively kept up with. There wasn't like massive amounts of dust, or it doesn't look like it's completely dirty or lost to time. However, the door was broken in. The front door was broken into, shards of wood, pieces on the floor. Inside, you were confronted by stone guardians, and these stone guardians gave you quite a fight, toppling two of you, I believe. I think two of you went down in the fight, and then it took a lot of resources to get through these two monsters. But ultimately, once you got to the other side and defeated them, you found what might even be more horrifying a sight: a massacre of 5 bodies. We talked about what the 5 bodies were. There was a dwarf, mostly others were human, and we wanted to really pick it right up from here because we didn't get a chance to really investigate this area, and then you got to decide where to go from here. So we're going to switch this right into our Roll20 screen and begin. But let's start with the group here. Group, what are we doing here? How are we feeling?
We're feeling inspired because Barrick just gave us an inspiring speech in Discord.
There we go. You want to take a short rest and do that, and give everybody the temporary hit points?
Give me these temporary hit points. I need them so
I think
bad.
that was the plan, was to take a short rest.
Okay, we'll take a short rest, 15 minutes, and
9
then,
hit points. He texts.
Okay,
Nate
great,
texts.
great, and everybody else can roll their hit dice if you'd like.
Oh.
I forget how. Do I get spells
You roll.
back?
You get
Yes.
you gain some from your arcane recovery.
How do we do this?
So your level is 7, so you take half your level. So you'll be able to get back 3 levels of spells. So that could be 1 3-level, 3rd level, a
Is it
2nd level, and a
Half
first
rounded
level.
down.
Half rounded down. Yep. It's called Inspiring Leader. I'm sorry, that's Nate's thing. It's called
Where-
Arcane Recovery.
Where the
For a
heck are
long
hit
rest.
dice in
Short rest.
D&D
You're going
Beyond?
short rest, and then it keeps them.
Up to a combined level of 4, it says here.
Yeah, 'cause
maybe it
you're-
is rounding up.
7th
Oh,
level.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I get back my 4th level spell.
Where do I roll hit dice in D&D Beyond?
It should be
There's a
under the rest
button.
mechanic button, and then you. when
Oh,
you
short
click
rest. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
you're right.
All right.
Okay.
Mohag will.
Oh.
Mohag during the rest, or towards the end of the rest, will start to look at the bodies here. Again, 5 bodies in total. He takes a look at the human, looks like maybe some sort of a fighter type character, slumped against the wall, broken sword sheared off about 8 inches above the pommel, and you can see the body has been stripped of armor and remains. I think you found 5 gold pieces on this body when you searched it, but he takes the pommel out of the hand and he looks at the blade that's broken, and he's wondering, to himself, what could have happened here. And then he looks and sees that there's a wizard impaled against the wall. The sword that's broken is lodged through his chest.
Huh.
Friendly fire?
Infighting, maybe? And he tosses the pommel aside. It clatters to the floor.
Shh, you fool! Why are you making so much noise?
There's nobody here.
Nobody that we know of.
There's passages that go in all directions. No telling who's around the next corner or behind a door. Boy, my accent is nowhere to be found tonight.
I thought it sounded good.
Well, thank you, Bob.
Did you do your warm-ups?
No, I did not. I did not
See?
do my vocalizations.
See? Darius
Every
will come over and give you some herbal tea.
Oh, that'd be good.
Work on it.
Hey, lad. Thank you.
But in all seriousness, he does have like some ointments, healing salves, things like that, minor alleviations from the wounds. But he says, "I've never seen anything like that." He clears his throat. What do you think those things are?
Oh, they're magical statues. What did they look like?
Do you think there are more of them?
I certainly hope not. Now,
It's a
you
sword.
said before that these dead people were decayed to varying degrees. Like they did not all die at once.
Yep, that's what it looks like. Yep.
And they're all like in this immediate area.
Yeah, all within the blood-stained areas. So like 1, 2,
Oh, right
3.
here, like just
4,
piled
5,
like
yeah.
cordwood. We're stepping over them.
Exactly. hmm
Oh
So
my
I'd like
God.
to check for traps up ahead and around the sides as well.
Let's
What
just
would
kind of
you-
chill and let Sasori go scout for us.
What would you like to do to check for the traps over in this
So
corridor?
Yeah, so I'll start over here. Specifically, I guess I'm looking to see if there's any holes in the wall here
Okay,
that would have something shoot out across.
give me a perception check. Did it roll?
I clicked it a while ago. There it came 13.
There's nothing on these walls. These walls are made of black or grayish rock. They're smooth. Looks like they were certainly carved with magic to be this precise, or perhaps a couple of dwarves did this in a couple hours, you know. But either way, there's no holes or blemishes in the walls at all. And you probably can't see too far from the light source. I think there might be a light source here on somebody's shield.
I have dark
or-
vision.
Yeah, but beyond that, though, beyond the 60 feet, you won't be able to see.
Yep. I don't know. I kind of want to peek around the corner then.
Yeah, go ahead. You can move.
I'm going to follow a similar procedure to the west.
Sure.
I'll use
Sure.
my bonus action with my eye for detail to scan for inobvious objects as I move along.
Does it give you any benefits?
I can just as I can make a perception check to spot hidden or creatures or objects as a bonus action.
Gotcha.
So
This
I
might be a
don't
good
really have to-
opportunity to maybe just tell me your passive perceptions.
My passive perception is 17. Passive
12.
investigation is 12.
Eric's was 13.
10.
And Hyro?
Well, I'm sorry. What? I was reading spells. What was the
Passive
question?
perception.
Passive is perception 12.
Okay. All right, so Sasori, you're heading down the eastern corridor, and just like the eastern corridor, the western corridor that Skeggy is investigating looks very similar. It just goes straight down for as long as your dark vision will give you. So they just continue south for as long as you can see. 60 feet,
Does-
I think, for both.
Does
of them.
the air smell fresher, danker, wetter? Am I getting any senses?
The air does not smell dank or wet or bad in any way.
Even next to these corpses, so these corpses have no stench.
Well, no. The corpses, I said, would have a stench because they're in various states of decay. But the actual dungeon doesn't have like a wetness to it, a feel to it. It's in very good condition.
I think
Go ahead. Sorry.
I want to come up here and check north. I want to see these wooden things to check for traps as well.
Sure, and these are doors. Let me just give you a brief description.
We have a special word for those wooden things, so sorry. We call them doors.
These are doors, and they are not ajar. That I can promise you.
You said they're a door. Why? How could they be both a door and a jar?
Exactly.
Pick one.
They are not ajar. They are doors, and they're made of wood, and they look like they are. I mean, they might have a locking mechanism. You don't see one on them, but it's possible. They're just wooden doors. They seem very mundane.
I mean, no, don't do the French one. It's so much more fun. Do you think these people were killed by the stone monsters or by something else?
I'll point at the wizard and say, that fella there was not killed by the stone giants.
Let me do an investigation check to try to decipher it Sherlock Holmes style.
Yeah, not
Well,
sure
the
their
wizard
weapons.
is impaled to the wall with a spear or something, isn't he?
Well, yeah, but John will tell you that we all passed a bunch of checks that maybe prevented us from attacking each other or being charmed or.
Well, I rolled a 27, natural 20 for my investigation.
So you take out your monocle and your magnifying glass. You
Time
put on your
slows
Sherlock
down
hat.
as I see like the ghosts of what happened.
You can see this. It's like in Boondock Saints. You can see the whole thing. You put on the music. You know exactly what's going on. These creatures most likely killed each other. These people. It looks like perhaps there's more to this. You start to move around the bodies from their positions, and the wizard, which again is impaled, right up, slumped up against the wall. When you move the body aside, you can see that there's a large section of wood up against the wall. Like the wall is normally rock, but here there's like wood embedded into the wall, exposing a blood-stained carving. The carved letters read Quasqueton in common, almost like a sign, basically. And you can see the sword that was impaled through it punctuates some of these letters. It's like, you see it stabbed right into the wood. You can also see that the overall person, the wizard, the robe and everything, blood stained, soaked through the entire suit. Perhaps at one point they had some sort of spell component pouch, but that's been gone. And then the dwarf, you can see the dwarf has a dented helmet. Sorry, the dwarf is clutching his warhammer, and then the helmet is dented on the human body next to him. So, again, perhaps the killing blow was from the dwarf. And again, these 5 bodies look like they basically all killed each other in some horrific way.
What's that warhammer look like? It's still there, right?
It is still there, yeah. It's
intact?
Intact, yep. You could take it if you'd like. It's a warhammer.
Warhammers are big, heavy, two-handed weapons, right?
They are, yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't do me much good, but somebody might want to pick it up. It doesn't seem special, just to my
it doesn't
dwarvish eye.
Other than the blood smeared on it, it seems regular, like a normal value.
Okay.
However, I think the only person that uses strength weapons is Barrack, so I'm not sure that would be.
I do.
Warhammers
now,
are versatile. You can use them either.
You can't use dex.
What?
But yeah, they're strength based.
Yeah. You can hold it 2 hands and be versatile, but you can't use dex on it. So I don't know if anybody really wants that. So those are the bodies.
Well, the only reason that I would take something like that is just to do something other than piercing damage. But
yeah, you wouldn't even
Is
have
the-
efficiency with it.
Is the wood on the walls like floor to ceiling, or is it like a sign embedded into the stone?
That's what it's like, a sign embedded into the stone.
Okay, and there's no like arrow indicating direction?
No, death this way.
Got it. Alright, well, we gotta keep keeping on, yeah?
Yeah, there are 2 doors here though.
what
There's
about
one
that
to the-
belt?
I think somebody took it last time.
Yeah, so sorry took it, but
Yeah, what was the stats again?
it was very ornate.
Yes, the belt is very ornate. It's decorated leather. Would appear to be very valuable, except for the bloodstains ruining its appearance.
Yeah, but might be magic.
You can take it. I think you did. You did took it, right?
So sorry took it.
Yeah, I'll try to attune to it. It'll take me a while.
Okay.
Hope
It is
hope
not
it's
magical.
cursed.
It does not. There's nothing happens when you attempt to attune to it during the rest.
Cool.
Okay.
I might still try.
Um,
Let's keep keeping on then. North,
Okay.
east, or west.
Well, let's go north because we've seen that there's not likely to be anything coming at us from behind on the east or west. So
North it
let's push north.
Well, but let's think about this.
Oh, do we want to try and
everyone.
open these doors?
Maybe we should open the door.
We should-
Which
before-
way is the crystal? It's to the east of us, is it not?
It would be to the east, and it would be below you, probably.
Okay. I would definitely, before we start opening doors, though, I would want to peek around these other corners up here. Just because I like to know all directions as far as we can see.
Sure. There are a few other ways to go. If you look to the north, there are immediately within 10 feet 2 doors to the left and the right. Then, just beyond that, there's a hallway that heads west. Rather long hallway, about 60 feet or so. Just getting out of your vision, you see it turns a corner to the north. To the north, there's a very long hallway that goes beyond your sight. You cannot see the end of it. And then just shortly another 10 feet to your right, you see a hallway heading east. And that has a few different forks at the end of it. No creatures in sight. You don't notice anything in the walls. I'm just going to assume that your passive perceptions, all of you are looking for perhaps traps, the floor you're about to step on, walls, ceilings, as you go about, right? Fair enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Be careful.
Unless
Any of
you have
those
something
stats?
very specific to investigate, I'm assuming with your passive perceptions, you're looking for traps as you walk.
Do any of those paths you mentioned slope downwards?
None of them do. They're all pretty level.
Okay.
So, question
we
is,
want to check.
We
yeah,
should check the doors before we go further.
Yeah.
sure. Which door would you like to go in the first, the east or the west door?
I'm gonna check the one I'm next to.
Okay, we'll open that one up.
East it is.
We could go east.
East. I thought you said west.
West. You open up the door and you see a stately room, 20 feet wide, 40 feet long, appearing to once have served as a dining hall of sorts. A nicely carved wooden mantel surrounds the room at the height of 7 feet off the floor, and the stone walls are carved in a simple yet pleasant design. There are a number of tables and chairs in the room, these being of wooden construction and quite utilitarian in nature. You also see a pale green, like moldy light. A pale green mold lightly covers many of the wooden surfaces in this room. The entire room has a musty and mildew scent to it, the first that you've smelled.
The design.
Anything-
They said they're. Anything depicting anything?
No. There's nothing. There's nothing here that would be of note. Mm-mm. In that sense, looking at the walls or anything like that.
Cool.
There is decoration in the room, though. It's there's, like I said, there's the tables, the chairs. They all seem to be moderately high value, but again, nothing that would be you think would be out of the ordinary.
How many people do we think could eat at this table comfortably? Like 12
many.
people?
Yeah, easily. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything at these little boxes or shelves or anything to look at here?
So, if I'm not mistaken, you see those are chairs, correct?
Okay. Now
Yeah,
I
those
see
are-
it on your.
Yeah, those are chairs. If you zoom in, I think they're chairs here.
Great.
And both of these chairs are ornately carved walnut. They are formed from enormous blocks of wood, which is joined into a portion of the wall in the northeast corner of the room. So they're like built into the floor and the wall that they're in.
I sit on one.
Odd choice.
You sit on one. Interesting. The nothing happens to you, but you realize these are these are well-made chairs, sturdy. Upon further examination, especially when you're sitting there, you can see that they are completely fixed. They cannot be moved. If they were to be moved, you'd basically break them apart. Their beauty is apparent, but there is a greenish fungus growing on portions of them.
I examine the fungus.
Give me a nature check.
Sweet.
Darius, lad, you might want to take a look at this fungus.
14.
Darius comes over and will also inspect, and you come to the same conclusion as he does. It's green mold. Odd that it is taking here where there's really not that much organic material.
I was gonna say, how is there any way I can tell like how old it is, like how long it's been growing here?
No, I don't believe so. Not with that. But
Okay, cool.
Darius
Is
Darius
ahead.
would seem to think not terribly long. It's not covering the entirety of the chair.
I have a-
exactly what I thought.
I have a weird question. Can green mold grow without sunlight?
Mold can, if it's really
make-
mold.
Like chlorophyll in a different way? Again, if that doesn't matter, then let's move on. I'm not trying to be a scientist here, nor am I a scientist.
I think, yeah,
That's a fair
mold
question.
prefers no light.
Yeah, just the green variety. I was like, so is there chlorophyll? I was like, how is that photosynthesis? I don't know. My like 7th grade knowledge.
Does the air feel dry or humid or just somewhere in between?
It doesn't feel like unreasonably warm or anything like that. No, it doesn't feel cold at all. That's for sure. The outside area it's like a brisk fall day, but no freezing temperatures or anything. You're all traveling without any special gear. It's not wintertime yet, so just in here it feels like room temperature.
Okay. Oh, I wasn't even so much talking about the temperatures as the humidity, the moisture in the environment.
Not so much.
Are there puddles of water, or does it seem do all the surfaces seem dry?
Yeah, they actually seem relatively dry.
Okay.
Darius says it's a
Is this a fungus lot or is this a mold?
Oh, it's mold, he says, clearing his throat. I believe that this mold hasn't been growing for that long, but strange that it is growing here at all.
Cool. So let's open this door first, and then I'm gonna go destroy those two things with that warhammer.
Okay. To the south,
Yeah.
you do see a big double door here. Do you want to open it?
I want to listen at it for a sec.
Okay. You listen to it. There's nothing on the other side.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, so sorry.
What do you
let's
think?
open it.
Wait, before we open, I bet you 5 silver that this is full of beds.
Okay, we're gonna
I
wait.
think it's gonna be a classroom.
Mohag says, I hope it's a statue of a naked lady.
Ah,
And this
would be the
folks,
first, right,
is why-
Mohawk?
takes us twice as long to play any adventure as the normal current.
All right, let's see what's in there. You're on.
Oh, it's a statue of a naked lady.
Off the dining room, this 20-foot by 40-foot hall was perhaps a sitting room or lounge. Several earthenware tankard mugs hang from a row of hooks on one high wall. Numerous unadorned pegs are also present. A long wooden bench seat, actually attached to the wall, is along each side of the room facing the center. The centerpiece of the room is a full-size carved statue of a nude human female, beckoning with arms out in front in a very alluring pose. An ale keg, long since dry, but still smelling slightly of the brew, is at rest in one corner.
These guys really partied weird, didn't they?
Wait, Mohag literally just predicted this.
Mohag said, "Oh, look at that. It's amazing."
Mohag's the DM.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yes. Can I see if this statue reminds me of any religious figure?
I'm gonna help Barrick look at that also.
I thought
Yeah.
Hyro would be
Eric.
the first to investigate the statue.
She's
That's
too
what I
tall for him.
She,
He's still standing, open mouth, staring at it.
There's no need for a religious check here. There is no. This is not based on a goddess.
History?
It's literally just porn. This is what it was back in the day.
It's art. It's not porn.
You could make a history check, Nate. Yeah.
They're drinking around it.
Oh,
Another 14.
There was a time, hundreds of years ago, where this was a very much this style of art, a very popular style of art, was this is like a white marble statue. This carving was very popular when the time of Rogan and Zeligar may have come here.
Come up. I'll do an investigate check to see if it has any kind of turning mechanism or anything like that.
It's you investigate it. It's got tremendous weight. It's over 1,000 pounds.
You don't need to fat shame her, Bob.
If it, if
Perhaps
it is,
an enlarge or shrink spell. We could get this back to your tower, Hyro.
Yes, that's my lady.
Could be worth quite a bit of money.
It's a huge statue. What's wrong with you guys? Leave it.
It doesn't move. There's no like secret latch. I want to look.
no secret latch.
Right?
Well, I'm gonna go destroy those chairs. Or one.
Okay, you could do that.
I high five it.
You high five it.
any of the tankards look interesting?
There are tankards, yes. Let me see. Hold on one second. John.
I'm trying to like peel it away from the wall. I want to see if there's a passageway. Like, why is it molding? It doesn't make sense.
So it doesn't pull away from the wall. It's like attached to it.
I know.
but
I'm
if you-
gonna try to destroy it then with that warhammer,
Okay.
which I
Maybe
can
some
use because
fire?
I'm part fighter. But you want me to attack it?
No need to do that. You need to give me a Constitution saving throw.
The
I run up
spores.
next to Sasori because I'm really interested in this.
Not today.
Dang it.
What'd you get on your Constitution save?
It's coming through. Roll 20 is like murderous,
There it is.
but I don't see a number.
Nope.
All right, this is why I have inspiration, right?
You could use it, sure.
I feel like I should. A Constitution saving roll is never a good idea.
Especially when mold is involved.
Oh,
Oh my God.
Sorry, you don't want to turn to stone again.
It's like too close to my real life. Hey, and that 20. Is that seriously?
There you go.
Nice.
Oh my
wow.
gosh.
Nice.
turn that-
That's ridiculous.
You
Roll
have-
20's broken.
You have bracketed the possible outcomes.
Nice. Excellent. Okay, so you take... So it would,
still take it.
it would have been 29, but you're taking half of it. So you're taking, what's that, 14?
Oh, see, that says brown mold. I wouldn't have done anything if I knew it was brown.
Game mechanics-wise, the same.
Oh, okay. Okay, 14.
So you take 14 damage as a puff, a plume of mold spores enter into the vicinity of the chairs. You might run away, back away from it, however you'd react, but the rest of the group would now know what's going on with these chairs. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of the room because I'm not sitting in a room full of mold.
Yeah, I think it's time to beat Pete.
You did see a couple of mugs, though. I don't want to take that away from
Oh,
you, though,
okay.
Jeff.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was distracted.
I was
And I
distracted, so
Thought I
you're
heard
good.
a lull. No, you were busy. You were doing your job.
The mugs, tankards. Yeah, I mean, they all look like they could. They're good enough to hold a hearty ale. Some of them were maybe more delicate than others, but they all looked, like they haven't been. They've been there forever. They haven't been touched in maybe hundreds of years, but yet strangely no dust. No dust.
Interesting. No dust. Dust on
dust.
other things in the room?
No, you haven't seen much dust at all.
Hmm.
Strange that the mold was
That's
growing in this room.
interesting. I'm not sure what to make of that.
I
but-
know it's super weird. And why is there this mold here?
Does it seem? Have we seen doors that seem sealed
No,
or just closed?
certainly not sealed.
Not like airtight.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Hyro, can you burn this chair on
I was
the way
about
out?
to say, as soon as you move away, I'll create a bonfire right next to it.
Yeah, the mold spores will kick up into the air. Obviously, if you're not within the, 5 feet of the chair, you're good. But
Do they react to the fire?
I mean, they will actually. They're immune to fire. The chair will
Okay.
burn up, but the mold stays.
When I see the mold stay, I drop the bonfire and I conjure dancing lights, and I just bring those over near it and see if there's any reaction quick.
No reaction to the lights. No.
Okay, they don't react to fire or light. Cool.
No.
I go back after the hall.
Okay. The other door, or you want to head north?
Check the other door.
Check the other door. They said. All right.
Yeah.
fine.
As they're checking the other door, I'm going to pull out a piece of charcoal from my cartographer's tools, a charcoal pencil, and on the door I'm just going to write "Beware the mold"
Ooh, very nice.
by the handle.
In what language?
Dwarven.
Draconic.
I thought so. I like it.
Dwarven.
You only
Take
care
that,
about
elf.
some people, right?
It's like playing
Yeah,
Dark
so what
Souls.
the rest of you see is me writing Dwarven runes on the door.
And yeah, I think I just take out my chalk and just write a skull and crossbones.
Yeah. All right. So the room you just opened is a kitchen. Although it's but 10 feet wide, this chamber stretches for 70 feet. Talk about a galley kitchen, huh? Long tables line each wall, and there are scattered containers on them, some upturned with spilled contents moldering on the tabletop. At the southwest corner of the room are 2 cooking pits, each large enough to cook an animal as large as a deer. Hanging above is a variety of utensils and cooking implements, and some of the other of these are scattered about on the floor of the room.
Any silver to the spoons?
I'm sure some of them are, yeah, I would certainly believe that there's silverware here, pure silver, or as much as that would be in a utensil.
I'm staying within 10 feet of Sasori as we move through.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd
Move
like
your
to take
tokens.
any silver, especially knives and forks.
You can start piling as much silverware as you would like in your bag,
Cool.
to your heart's content.
It's money and a weapon.
There you go.
I hope it doesn't come to that, though, Sasori.
I don't know if silver.
We're fighting with forks. It's, things have gone downhill.
Yeah, I'm definitely metagaming a little too much. Sorry.
Mohag says, it looks like they were about to have a feast.
Does the food look edible or moldy?
The food looks moldy, I think it said.
Okay.
But like 200-year-old food would be obvious compared to like 50-year-old
Yeah.
food, right? Or I guess they all would be gone.
or week-old food.
or week-old.
Or-
Yeah.
Because these bodies out in the hall are days old, not decades old,
Precisely.
Yeah.
if I understand what we've been told correctly.
Does anyone here know, like, about time, like a spell that would trap us in time or something? Hyru, do you know anything about spells that can possibly change time? Sorry if I broke.
Hyro?
all I got was change time.
Good idea. Could there be a time spell?
I think he was suggesting, do you know if there's a
Yes.
magic that could have changed time here?
I think Barrack's caught in one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this.
Now you're back though, Nate. Perfectly.
The better
That's it.
question is why would they cast such a thing?
Perhaps
I'll
it's
do-
the fortress itself.
I'll do an Arcana check to see
Sure.
if I can kind of sense anything about this.
Sure.
Thought. 18.
You know that there are definitely temporal type of spells. There's like all different sorts of ways to manipulate time, whether it's high level spells like time stop, even where you would literally slow time down so much that you could take multiple actions before people even get to react. But something of this magnitude, this level, you've never heard of before. So you would assume no.
So this food looks just like days old, not. It just looks spoiled. It doesn't look desiccated and mummified.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, but
We're losing you,
do.
Nate. Sorry, Nate.
God. No,
but of course
sorry.
the god came in perfect. The god and the sorry were perfect. So while Nate's typing out, I have the most important question. When looking at the cooking pits and the hearth, is there charcoal in there?
Ooh, good question. You look. There is a like I said, pits, right? The southwest corner. They're full of ash and charred remains of cooking fuel. So yes, there's charcoal there.
I take a few chunks and give them to Hieronymus.
I'll glare at him, a death glare.
I wonder if they use the honey method, eh? Oh, that's a deep cut,
But,
everyone.
I'll take it and put it in my pack.
Oh,
Had to
You
get our
also
name somewhere.
oh,
you also
Thank
noticed
you,
something else,
Barrick.
Sasori. By the way,
that feels
Sasori.
good. Barrick just gave me lay on hands.
Oh, look at that! 20 lay on hands. Wow.
I'm going to tell you that not that many go through. I took 0 damage last round.
But you took some damage from the mold.
Yep. So all my temporary hit points. And 5 points. So I'm only going to take 5 lay on hands, Nate.
Okay, only 5, Nate. No need to waste the rest. However, John, when Sasori looks at the pits, you also notice that there's a chimney leading upwards. However, the chimney goes so far up, it must be going up through the entirety of whatever rock face this is. And it narrows continually. You feel like you could probably get up, like, if you were really lucky climbing, you might be able to get like 30, 40 feet before it ends up being too narrow for you to approach.
Interesting. Is there material enough to start a fire?
Not here, but you could create a bonfire. Nate could magically create a bonfire, I should say.
There's like no reason
I
to
do
do that,
that.
right?
He does it anyway. Bonfire lights in the pit, and you'll feel the warmth start to emanate through the room, and the smoke rises through the chimney.
Well, that's a relief. So we don't suffocate from our own bonfire.
Yep, it works. Is basically the idea here. Anyone that is, yeah, that's it. Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we had entered some like temporal zone, I was figuring that something like that wouldn't work.
It also means that somewhere on the outside there's smoke rising, alerting anyone or anything nearby to us.
So maybe it's not a great idea.
I mean, it's just
How
like,
about
you know,
we don't let Sasori make the tactical decisions for a while?
Well, no, it's fine. We don't know what there is or isn't out there. It's just that now it knows that there is something here.
I mean,
Yeah.
I remember a story when I was a wee lad. Now I'm Scottish. I can't figure out the
Are you mocking me, lad?
accent. Not at all. That's not what I would do. I remember a story about the gopher that set a booby trap to destroy all of the golf balls it had collected. So I'm thinking maybe if there is a timey-wimey thing here, it could have been some booby trap set for this Quasqueton. Maybe it's stuck in time.
I wanted to. Hopefully, I thought Nate would be back very soon, but it looks like maybe he's not going to be back. So you started the fire, and smoke was going out like no problem. Now, you notice that the smoke is starting to back up into the room.
Oh, we gotta leave.
There you go. That's helping my theory.
Can we do we have any way to put the fire out?
He
I
can do
believe
it with a
Barrett
snap
can
of a
just
finger.
dismiss it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we implore him to do that before we all die.
Sure.
Definitely sounds like we're not in. We're in some kind of bubble vacuum. We're in a gopher hole.
I didn't think to ask this, but is Quasqueton, is that a word that sounds like any particular language?
Not that I know of. Like actually, in like real life, I just don't know if that was
No,
the
I just mean
intent.
does it ring any cultural bells
In real
in-
life or in D&D.
in the world, in the game world? I
Oh.
don't care if it came
It-
from Finnish or Hungarian or
Right. No, it
Urdu
does
or
not.
whatever.
It doesn't in the game world. No.
Okay, it's just a made up word as far as anyone knows.
Yeah. So I guess Nate might be having some internet issues here, but I do want to just continue on. I was hoping to wait for him to do this, but he puts out the fire, and I guess that would. Oh, here he is.
Hmm?
Hey.
He's gone from the Red Lobster to the Starbucks.
Nate, you
Hello?
back?
Hey, much better.
Clean.
Are you clean? Great.
Clean.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. So real quick, Nate, I was just explaining. I'm happy you're back, actually, because I wanted to wait for you to do this. The fire was working fine. Smoke going through the chimney, not backing up into the room. You guys were talking about time and spells, and then all of a sudden, the smoke started to back up into the room, and they asked you to remove the bonfire, which I believe you can do, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's concentration. I unconjure it.
So you unconjure the fire. The fire goes out. Whatever's left remains smoldering. And then you'll notice that little bits of black are dripping down the chimney.
Ooh. Can we investigate it?
Yeah, you want
Yeah.
to do. How do you want to do this?
Let's see. Biological. I don't want to touch it. Let's see. Is there anything in the room I can use to touch it and kind of look at it closely? And
So Sori gives you a spoon that he took off the table.
Excellent. Yes.
Is it like gooey or syrupy or
What
I'd
is the
assume
gelatinous?
viscosity of the liquid?
You
Is it
want to
liquid?
look at it, I assume, right? You don't want to touch it.
Yeah,
Correct.
we'll look first for sure.
You all stand around the pit except for Hieronymus, I assume, right? You're not
Yeah,
up in the.
I'm getting nowhere near that.
Darius also is hanging in the back by you. He's more inspecting the food and smelling it, things like that. But Mohag will be up in the front. Skeggy, are you also up in the front? Yeah,
I'm in the back of the front.
the back of
So
the
Sori's
front.
backing away.
Gotcha.
I'm in the
The
back of the front.
the little piece of like what looks like some sort of like a black gooey substance starts to move and ripple, and then more
Oh,
falls before the entire mass follows along.
That's not good, lads.
An ooze.
I jump backwards.
arrives. You jump backwards because there's an ooze that falls right down into the pit. Roll initiative. Oh, no, you rolled initiative. Never mind. I got initiatives here. A
Excellent.
large mass will start to exit the chimney, and we're going to go into combat here.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Good.
I'm going to keep you here, though, Nate, because it would have fallen, and then you felt
On.
you wanted to jump back. So we'll do that in a second.
Oh,
All right, Mohag and you are frontlining this. And what's funny is this is our first 3K stream, right? We had a 3K.
Oof.
This is our 3K celebration stream. And I believe the super chat earlier was, give us an ooze. And
Nah.
if only they
How
knew.
about instead of ooze, let's just have Oz.
Aws.
Aw.
Aws.
ew.
Ew.
All right.
That was terrible.
Here
Cam
we go.
W, this ooze is your fault.
Sorry.
I say thank you because it's one of my favorite monsters.
Let me understand this. Is the chat calling the boss or the monsters now? Are they summoning things on us?
It's just funny that it happened that way. It really, it was just
like it's funny that Mohag predicted the naked lady statue.
well, that's just
think
Mohag.
there's something sinister afoot. I
That's just
shoot Mohag. No.
All right, I don't know what what happens to them.
Let's
guess
get
we'll
the
find
right
out.
spots here. Okay, here we go. This is one of my favorite monsters. You know I love oozes, so we'll see. Let's start with the initiative order is Skeggy at 18, Darius at an 18, Hieronymus at 16, Sasori at 13, Eric at 13, Mohag at 12, Barrack at 1.
Excellent.
Way to go, last when you're underneath the ooze.
Not the time you wanted that one to apply.
Perfect. Yep.
Barrack, remember you have a silver spoon in your hand.
I do.
Just saying.
Okay, here we go. Let's start with Skeggy.
Oh my god! I don't know what to do. I mean, I'm quite sure that shooting it with a crossbow bolt isn't the answer.
You don't want 2 oozes?
Well, that certainly won't split it. I mean, cleaving it might be a really bad idea. How big are these tables compared to the opening of the chimney of the fireplace that it came out of?
They're bigger. They are, looks like almost nearly 20 feet long. They're preparing tables.
Okay, well, I'll call out to Eric because he's standing there. Let's get this table to block the ovens. And I start acting like I'm going to push it towards the fireplaces and flip it up so that the tabletop is flat against the openings.
Sure, you can do it. You can flip the table up on its side and push it along, and with the help of Eric and Mohag, they could just slide it by them. We'll move the table right to here. I'm just going to draw a little table or a little line, really.
Mm-hmm.
So right here. Right? Does that look about right?
Yeah, that's pretty much my intent. So I'll assume
so
that I've moved to there.
Yeah, this table is no longer here. We'll say the first table on the left is no longer here. It's flipped up at the side, and it's pushed to the end. Great. All right, that's Skeggy's turn. We'll go to Darius. Darius is going to... Oh, he doesn't really have much good things here. So he's going to run over to Hieronymus. He's going to take a piece of like silver, like a steak knife or something, and prepare to throw it. And he'll ready his action. Let's go to Hyro.
Okay. Is there a way to cast my touch spells through my familiar?
Correct.
Yes,
I can do that
Yes.
you can.
without special feats or anything. I was trying to.
Nope.
So I'm
They
gonna.
can-
All right. So I'm going to send my familiar in to touch Skeggy, and I'm gonna cast Dragon's Breath on Skeggy.
Interesting.
So it says when you cast a spell with a range of touch, your familiar can deliver the spell as if you had cast the spell.
Yeah, we'll do that.
The only stipulations here is that your familiar must be within 100 feet of you, and it must use its reaction to deliver the spell when you cast it. So we normally do. I don't like using the familiar has its own initiative. I like it going yours, so it'll have to use its reaction though.
So he can fly up and do that.
You could also cast Dragon's Breath on the familiar and have the familiar use that to attack.
I'd rather not have him close into combat.
Because
In other words, I'd rather lose Skeggy than lose my familiar.
It's a 15-foot cone. It's pretty big.
Yeah.
you can let your familiar cast a different spell.
So it's not about casting the spell. Once you're touching something and then giving it the ability to do Dragon's Breath.
Oh,
So because it's like that kind of spell, you are the one that's giving the magical power for the thing to do the Dragon's Breath spell.
Yeah. So I'll just So if I can, I'll send up Cockroach to use him to cast it on Skeggy.
It's my favorite low level wizard combo. Nate knows all about it.
Oh,
Okay.
so much.
And then bring cockroach back.
Okay. All right. So cockroach is going to do what spell?
Dragon's breath.
You're casting it on cockroach.
Skeggy.
Oh, on Skeggy. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So Skeggy, you have dragon's breath. Let's go to Sasori.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna take out my short swords because I don't want to lose a rapier. I'm gonna take out one short sword and one dagger, and I'm going to throw the dagger first for some info.
Okay. The board, the table that's boarding up is only, I mean, it's really blocking, I think, most of the sight to this creature.
Oh, I thought
so
it was just the bottom part.
No, Jeff, didn't we said it would cover, right?
That was my intent. I don't know if it's wide enough or.
Yeah, there might be a small gap just because getting a table flush up against something may not be perfect, but I think it would block the opening. So unless you were to get right up to it and like stab into the, behind the thing, like just where there would be a gap, I don't think there's actually going to be visibility to it right now.
That seems like the safest thing I could possibly do. I'm gonna run up, stab over the edge of the board, and then run back.
Okay. Would you like to move your token? You can stand on any of these squares as well. There you go. Oops, sorry,
Where'd it
Nate.
go?
Nate, I had you on this square. Were you in the back?
No,
you were-
that's-
No, he
That's
was
right.
there all along.
okay. So sorry, give me an attack. I am going to give it a little bit of cover.
Yeah,
But
it's a 20.
20. Oh, you hit.
Damn.
I don't know how you want to handle sneak attack. I don't need to be near anyone.
Mhm.
So I think we're good because I don't think anyone's within 5 feet, but even if they were, so 15
Sure.
damage.
Yeah, I believe it would. I believe it would hit.
15 slashing damage.
Piercing. Correct.
With a,
It's a
with
short-
a short sword? Yeah, you're
short
right.
swords
Short
are-
swords are stabby.
Short swords are piercing damage. Yep.
Yeah, it always trips me up.
That's okay.
Weird.
But that's good. You stab into the creature and you feel that like thick viscous liquid that this pile of ooze is made of, and you stab into it and you pull your sword out. Unfortunately for you, your sword is going to be a bit corrosive.
Perfect.
It is corrosive, and it will give you a -1 permanent -1 to your damage rolls. So mark that
Yep.
down somewhere. This does -1 to all your damage rolls in the future.
Yep. That's why I use that sword. Be
Also-
careful, everyone. That messed up my sword pretty bad.
You also are taking a point of acid damage, as when you stab it, your hand gets splashed with acid. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna attack again. Then this time, kind of just like flinging my dagger over the board.
Throwing it?
Yep.
Go for it.
Yeah, I still add everything because I have my feet. 15 to hit.
15 hits.
Cool. 3 piercing damage.
Okay. Your dagger will now take a -1 to damage as well.
Oh, well,
I'll give,
that's
since the board is there, I'll give you a saving throw, dex saving throw, to see if you can avoid getting hit by the acid.
+2, right, Barrick?
3.
So that's a 21.
You're good.
Cool. I
You
back
duck
up.
for cover, back up. Yep. Now the creature can actually attack. Oh no, you disengage. That's right.
Well, I don't even have to disengage.
that's
If
what
I
I
attack
mean.
it can't attack me.
That's what I
Rakish
mean.
audacity.
Yes. Okay, so then you're good.
I just want to speak.
Please.
Barrick, look at my sword. It definitely damaged it.
My goodness. I look at Dust Crusher and Sheather.
You sheathe Dusk Crusher.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, seeing what it would do to Sasori's sword, I think that would be. Conventional weapons aren't meant for this pudding, this ooze.
All right.
Can I do a Arcana check to see if I know anything about oozes?
I don't know that would give you. It's not a magical
Not a
being.
magical
Yeah.
creature.
But on top of it, though, it would take your action to do some sort of a check like that. But we're not going to get to that yet. We're going to get to Eric Lavernus.
Seeing that weapons are no good, I'm going to use Toll the Dead. So it's going to make a Wisdom saving throw of 14.
So, like I did with Sasori, because the board is there, it's blocking sight. If you want to see it, you'd have to go up to the board to look into, like, down and into the the pit. Yeah.
I'll do that then, definitely.
All right, Toll the Dead.
Yeah, climb up on the mantle here that I helped pull with Skeggy.
It's going to pass its Toll the Dead, I believe, with a 15. Does that succeed?
What?
Does it succeed with a 15?
Yeah, it does. That's
Okay.
I picked wisdom because I thought for sure no way was this ooze gonna have any wisdom.
Yeah.
The wisest ooze.
The
Wisest
wisest.
ooze in the world, apparently. That's okay.
Of all the uses, it was the wisest.
Well, if that's the case, I'm gonna back right back up then.
Okay. All right. The next up is Mohag, and Mohag looks at his great axe and he's like, not happening. He's gonna dodge, I think is probably the best thing he can do.
Mohag, you have a warhammer as well.
Oh, that's right, your Warhammer.
He does, but it's up to you, Bob.
He'll take it out. No, he will definitely take it out. Yep. But he will take an action to put away his great axe. He doesn't want to drop it on the floor because if this thing moves onto it or something like that, it would be bad. So he'll take his action to do that, and he'll take a step to the other side of Eric Lavernus. You know, just getting out of the way. Then we go to the creature. Now, Sasori, you've got this thing pressed up against it, and people have been coming up, stabbing into it. And the creature, you feel the bulk of it kind of push up against the weight, its weight push up against the table. But then, rather than trying to push it, it just starts to ooze around underneath to the sides and moves onto the map.
Oh, it didn't even slow it down. I thought maybe we at least slow it down and get some running room, but no, we push forward. That's where the Char Coalition.
Let's see. Who do I want to hit here? Let's see. It's not that smart. Let's see.
There, Jeff. I put Dragon's Breath in the chat for you.
Okay. We're looking at Nate.
I figured. You know, Bob, I feel like you just don't like how hard I am to hit. You know?
He rolled an @1, so it wouldn't hit anybody.
God, yes.
But it just kind of a pseudopod just basically shoots out at you, and you dodge it, but it's like just slops down onto the floor and then reconnects, and it pulls in, recoiling the rest of its mass back to its big state. And it's just going to sit here and chill out. Let's go to top of the order here. Skeggy.
Okay,
I
so
want to go.
What?
Oh,
yeah.
Hold on.
You're last. You're
Barrick
right.
didn't get to go.
I forgot. You're last. You have a 1.
You might want to
that's
step back, Barrick.
Yeah. Now, let's see. I feel like I may have missed just a little info, but did we learn anything about this door right up here?
We did not.
Shoot.
It's a door.
Sasori, looks like we might be making an entrance into that room. I don't think I can get back this way.
Yeah, I agree.
Um,
Forward is the way
So-
my grandmother always said.
I'm gonna step back. And I'm gonna take the op attack, Bob. As I step back and push through this door.
I think you're good. 17.
I am good, yeah. So it tries to hit me, but as I step back and open this door, I'm gonna turn and attempt to fire a guiding bolt at this. Now I'm gonna roll this dice for odds and evens, Bob. Okay, great. So I attempt to fire a guiding bolt at this creature. May the light of Hyperius stop you in your tracks, demon. However, what comes out is actually different. Let's see if it transfers over to roll 20.
What?
Chaos bolt.
Never heard of that before.
Yeah. It's not that high of a roll here. Bob, I don't know if I get to know if it hits before taking my Tides of Chaos.
You don't. It gives you advantage. That's what that rule does.
Gotcha. I'm gonna use my inspiration of the day then. Or do I get to know if it hits if I use inspiration?
Yeah, inspiration is different. It's a reroll. So if you and I like how you would know when you use it. Yeah.
Okay, so
you're gonna let it go.
12. Well, if a 12 doesn't hit, I'm gonna use inspiration.
Right. Of course. Yeah. So you're not using Tides of Chaos. You're gonna stick with the 12 for now.
Yeah.
Okay. You hit.
Okay, great. So yeah. Yeah, I do 15, and it is lightning damage.
Nice.
And yeah, Bob, this is one of my my new spells. So
I love it. I love it. Everybody, you see
Xanathar spell.
lightning arc out of Barrick's hand as he force lightnings this thing.
He's a Sith Lord.
Yes.
I'm as shocked as any of you are when I try to cast Guiding Bolt.
So you don't scream unlimited power.
Yeah, I don't.
Damn.
But yeah. So lightning comes out, and I think it's up to
dude.
do you make me roll or not? I forget.
Yes, you have to roll a d20.
There you
Okay,
go.
you're good. So
Cool.
here's the deal, Nate. And I just,
Yeah.
God, I love you. Okay, so it's just great.
Oh, I'm honored.
The creature doesn't seem affected by this at all. In fact,
Great.
it starts to split, and now it becomes 2 creatures when the lightning hits.
Oh,
I'm so sorry, my friends.
What's so great about this is you meant it to be radiant damage.
I did.
this episode, everybody dies.
It's not an option for that spell, right? Radiant.
It's a
Well-
dice
he-
roll to determine what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it split into 2 smaller ones. It didn't just double into 2 of the same size.
Correct. So it splits. It basically
Okay.
when it hits,
That's
yeah.
actually good.
when it hits,
will-
it splits, and it's half the. Yeah, it's a one size smaller than the original, so
Okay.
it splits into 2.
And it didn't look like any damage went through.
None.
Great. I like stuttering. Say, I guess lightning is ineffective, my friends. As I back up and push this door open.
Hieronymus, did you clarify what damage type Dragon's Breath was that you cast on Skeggy?
He can choose it, can't he?
Well, you choose it. You're the wizard.
He's Hieronymus. What's it going to be?
Fire.
Yeah, of course.
Right? It's got to be. But yeah, you have the. I mean,
Heck yeah.
you
Okay.
could do acid. You have a few options, but like that.
What do
that's
you want,
you-
Chris?
No,
You tell
That's
me.
what you would do.
there is no option.
He's
Until we
Pyro
find
the
out
Pyro.
it's immune to fire as well. No.
Well, we'll find out.
Right now,
find out.
Skeggy's gonna breathe on it.
Okay.
Right. Skeggy, your
Can
turn.
I'm going to breathe on them? Can I make my 15-foot cone kind of go like that without hitting Eric?
Definitely
Okay. Well, I'm gonna cook these little bastards.
do it. Cook. Let the dwarf cook.
Okay. So how do
Yes.
you want me to do this?
It's
Just
a
roll the
DC
damage.
15.
Yeah, just roll the damage
yeah.
and I'll make the save.
Okay. 3d6. Oh, that could be worse. 10.
10. It seems to work. It'll go through.
It's dexterity, by the way. Bob.
Question.
I rolled it already. Yeah.
Okay.
If I were to re-roll, could I re-roll just the one, or would I have to re-roll the whole 3d6 on an inspiration?
So with me, if the inspiration is 1 die.
Well, then
You could
let's re-roll that one.
You could. Go for it. I
Okay,
love this.
so I'm gonna-
I love this. All right.
Yes, I doubled my damage.
You doubled that.
So it's 11. Take that. But it's 11 on each one of them unless they save.
They both
so
failed.
splitting them was a good thing.
Sorry. No, 15 was the number, correct?
Yes.
1 saved, 1 did not. So we'll just do it in order I rolled. So from the first one would be the one closest to you. It failed. The latter one saved. So we've got
That makes sense.
15. Sorry, not 15. 11 damage?
11 is the roll, yes.
Okay.
And I marked off the inspiration.
Okay, perfect.
I wrote
Let's-
that whole homework assignment for
Let's do-
1 point of damage.
Hey,
Like
one-
half an hour for 1 point of damage.
But it added to the
Entertainment?
the depth of the character.
There you go. Okay, and so I would like to take a bonus action to dodge. And I'm going to fall back a little bit, I think.
Can you dodge with cunning action?
I don't think so.
I think it's
Oh.
disengage, dash, or something else.
Let's check it out.
Hide.
Dash, disengage, or hide.
hide.
Oh,
You want to
okay.
hide?
Sure. I'll fall back a little bit and then I'll hide. It sort of behind a chair or something. I don't know.
Sure.
I just want to be less obvious than one of these guys.
Sure.
I don't have to outrun the tiger. I just have to outrun you.
That's great.
Darius. Darius is going to
But the fire all worked. That looked like it hurt it.
yes, correct.
Okay.
He rolled, and he's going to hit for a point of damage throwing the improvised knife. That happened on his last turn. He'll throw it. He threw it at the bigger one at the time, but I'll just take one off of the closer one for right now. And then we're going to do his turn. So he's going to take out a... Let's see. Because he saw that fire works, he could take out his alchemist fire. That might be best thing to do for him right now. So he'll do it, and he'll throw it towards the farther one. He can throw it up to 20 feet, so he'd have to move 5, 10, 15, 20, and he can throw it 5, 10, 20. Perfect. So he's going to throw it to the creature on the left here. Let's see what he gets. He hits with a total of 13. And it's going to do a D4 fire damage. And it does 4. And it will catch, what's important is it's going to catch this thing of fire. So at the start of each of its turns, the creature will be taking more damage. It could take an action to extinguish the flames, but of course I'm sure you'd all be happy with that. And Darius is like, yes, got it. And he looks to Hyro, and he's like, I got it. He
You're
runs
not
back.
totally useless.
Of course I'm not. Mohag says, I am, and he runs. Ooh.
Oh,
He's like, come on,
Can
let's
you
get out of here. There's 2 of them now.
Somebody trip him.
There's 2 of them now, Hyro. Let's go. All right, Mohag moves. Oh, it's not Mohag's turn. I'm sorry. Wow, my handwriting is so bad. It said Hyro, and I thought it was Mohag. Hyro, you're up. So he doesn't move yet.
all right, so I'm gonna actually hit Mohag with a firebolt. No. So I'm gonna shoot the one that the one in front here that got hit earlier with a firebolt. I'm gonna inspiration.
I love this.
I have one left. Reroll. Here we go. There we go. A 20.
Oh, yeah. Well spent.
And here's the damage. 14 points of fire damage.
Sure. Though, Chris, like I said, mine you can know if you hit or not, and you would have hit with the 9.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
I
take
don't
that
have to use
back.
my inspiration.
Take that
Take it back.
Mhm.
I assumed. So 14 points of damage.
14, and it's fire on the closer one, right?
Yes.
Okay. Got it. Anything else from you, or are you staying put?
That is all. I'm just going to kind of stay here.
Okay, I've marked the alchemist fire with the little flask on the other one, so you all know. Let's go to Sasori.
So Sor's gonna open the door.
Well, so yeah, Bob, I was waiting for that to resolve. I didn't want to interrupt,
Oh yeah.
but I was opening the door and moving into that room to get some distance.
Gotcha. If I'm not mistaken, though, is opening a door an action?
If it is, then I would have just said to Sasori that's what I was doing, but I wouldn't have done it. You're right.
That sounds like an action.
Then I am right here.
Yeah, I'm
All right.
opening it because I'm far more useless than you. And I go, another battle.
I think D&D says it's up to me.
Oh.
There
It
you
says
go.
the DM might require you to use an action for any of these activities when it needs special care or when it presents an unusual obstacle, like opening and using an action to open a stuck door or turn a crank. Oh, yeah, it says you can, yeah, so interacting with an object is free on your action unless it was something, you know. It's a stuck door. No, I'm just kidding. You could. You could. Can you imagine if I said that?
Well, if there's like 4 more oozes behind the door, then who knows?
There's 4 oozes. All right, so Nate, you would have been out in this hallway, right?
No. If it requires an action, I'd be right there. where I
No, it
was.
didn't. That's where we just looked at.
Oh,
It didn't.
then I would have gone to about here.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I would have probably been looking at my hands, all weird. But back to Sasori.
All good. Sisori.
So I'm gonna run up 5, 10, and attack both creatures with my short sword
Mhm.
that I have that's damaged, and then I can, with my feet, I can pull another dagger out.
With your feet?
So
oh,
with an A, with an A.
F-E-A-T.
you can use your hands.
Yeah,
That would be-
Sasori's OnlyFans
be
is really
something.
on point. Okay, so this is going to be -1 to what this rolls.
Oh.
So it's a 22 to hit with a short sword.
You hit.
It's 10 damage, or am I minusing 1 off the damage as
You're
well?
minusing 1 off the damage. So 9?
So that's 9 damage. Man, that sneak attack was horrible. 2-1-1.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then dagger on the little guy, so they can't take oppo attacks on me. That's a nat 1, and then I'm going to use the rest of my movement to get the hell out of there.
Okay, great. So attack of opportunity is not happening. This one actually is dead. The smaller, the one that was hit a few times, is dead.
Oh, if I see myself kill it, I wouldn't run.
Okay.
I am
You say
not. I am not useless anymore. I have a purpose in life.
You will take D8 acid damage from hitting it. So you take 1. You do take 1 damage from acid, and your weapon degrades yet again to -2.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Okay. Next up would be Eric. Eric Lavernus.
We're gonna try the. Sorry, I was on mute for a second there. We're gonna try the cantrips again because I do not want to. I have limited weapons anyway. This time,
Toll the
we're
Dead.
gonna stick with wisdom. Yeah, because I think its constitution is probably higher. If I had to guess.
It fails with a 9.
Heck yes. Let's see what we get out of this. Oh boy, 12 radiant damage.
Necrotic.
Nope, 12
correct?
necrotic damage.
Gotcha. All good, though. Necrotic goes through.
I mean, Bob, I should just check. A 6 is not going to hit this thing, right?
Did you roll a 6?
I did.
What was that for?
My dagger attack. It was a nat 1, but
Oh, you rolled
Oh,
in that
that
one. It
one's always
it
missed.
doesn't hit anyway.
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
All right, next up, Eric, are you staying there or are you moving?
I'll move right to the corner in case I can be of assistance up there, but I don't want to go too far.
Mohag is running. The creature will attempt to attack you. It's going to hit you, Eric, unfortunately.
Yeah, these things happen.
You are going to take 8 bludgeoning damage
Oh, that's not even bad. Okay, we'll take it.
and 14 acid damage.
Okay, that's more bad.
That got worse.
And your armor is decreased by 1.
Are you wearing armor?
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Oh no.
Not
Just
no
kidding.
armor at all? No scale mail?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That would be
I was
so
gonna say,
mean.
wow. I just put that back on after I got walloped by those stone golems.
But the creature is going to maneuver. It's going to move. So it sees that it's getting some heavy damage here. It's also going to take more damage from the alchemist fire. It's not going to spend its turn to get rid of it. So it will attack you and then move back into the chimney.
Could
And-
stay there.
Take the alchemist fire. You can take an attack of opportunity if you'd like with any weapon you would like.
I don't have a weapon in my hand right now.
Okay. You want to touch it? You can hit it.
Does that count as an opportunity attack?
Yeah, you could do it if you'd like. Punch it.
Oh,
No, Eric.
I don't think I do want to
Okay.
do that. You know, you're right, guys. I don't want to do that at all.
All right. The creature will retreat back into the chimney, and it disappears.
Okay. Where are
I'm
we?
going to immediately conjure a bonfire as far up the chimney as I can.
Do you have to see the spot you conjure it?
Yes, as far as yes.
Okay, so when it's only 5 feet high, so you can put the fire in the chimney again.
Yeah, I say.
Yeah.
Well, how about the light of Hyperius? And I come and start the fire right under it, trying to cook
Nice.
this thing.
I mean, these things don't make noise, so you might see some drippings of black goop come down like you saw the first time, but the creature is nowhere in sight. It will not. It doesn't drop down, if that makes sense. It's still cowering.
You couldn't do enough damage to kill it.
It's still at a decent amount, but even
Okay, never
then,
mind
it's
then.
not. It actually moved 20 feet up. It's not that slow.
Yeah. I look at Eric and say, I guess they're pretty wise, running away.
That'll end the combat.
One question. If I come stand at the bottom of this chimney and I blow this dragon breath, which would normally be a 15-foot cone, I blow it into a pipe, will it go further down the pipe?
No, it ends after the 15 feet.
Poo.
Yeah.
We could
That's
hoist.
not how physics works.
We could
That's
hoist
true.
you like 10 feet up there on my shoulders.
No, that's
True.
okay. that seems unnecessary.
That
What
seems-
if you jumped? How
Is there
high could a
loose-
dwarf jump?
Is there loose wood here anywhere? Because
I'm
I'm
afraid-
feeling like we might want to leave a fire burning in this fireplace for
Can you
a while.
rephrase that for me, Jeff, please? Thank you.
Is there what?
Yeah, whoa.
Y'all are sick.
I'm just.
yes.
I'm looking for firewood. You
Uh,
lumberjacks.
Is that what they call it up there?
Going to be ex
Dwarven lands?
lumberjacks pretty soon. Oh,
so there's enough wood from the tables. You could definitely just create a fire. The bonfire's
Yeah.
already going, so just keep it alight.
yeah. Let's feed the bonfire so that when he stops concentrating, it'll keep burning for a while. I just want to keep
Great.
that thing chased up the chimney.
Sure.
It's not going to smoke us out this time, right?
Oh.
Like, that was the thing that was blocking the chimney, it seems like.
Well, one hopes.
It's gonna be hard to keep that thing chased when you're talking about all this wood.
But
Bum.
he's here all week. Don't forget to tip your server.
What's up here?
To the north. Yeah, everybody gathers back. Mohag actually sees you as he's coming from the other hallway. He's like, "Oh, look, I guess these connect."
Mohag, you should probably stay in the back. You were pretty useless in that fight. I was very disappointed.
So we could have gotten to this exact same place without going through the stupid kitchen, burning all those resources. taking damage.
Mohag says, "No, I'm good. I can lead from the front. I just couldn't do anything in that fight."
Hmm.
This
All
is a
right,
long hallway.
Run to the end of the hallway, Mohag. Go up there.
Yeah,
Chop,
he'll
chop.
lead the way if you want to continue north.
I'll send the lights with him.
Okay, sure. He continues up the hallway to the north, and he says, "Well, it looks like we have a couple of options." And he gets to the northernmost area here, and there's an immediate left and right. The left hallway going to the west slopes downward at a pretty harsh southwest angle, almost like a diagonal. And then there are two hallways to the right. So it's like a three-way fork here.
Anyone else having trouble with their like completionist video game self that we didn't check those two left and right passageways way back?
No, I don't think like that at all.
There's a
But-
lot of.
Yes, I
passageways
do.
here.
But John,
Bugging the crap out of me.
was there a reason we
Well, you
didn't?
have
I
to-
think I was having trouble at that
No,
point.
we
didn't
just
go back because we
got
got attacked by the
distracted.
ooze.
Yeah.
Oh, I just
I
meant
got-
like those left and rights going down.
No, we just got distracted.
Oh,
Didn't
okay,
do
cool,
it.
cool.
Well, you got to
Yes,
pick a
John.
direction and go it. I just want to make sure that before we head north, we're not going to get attacked from the south.
agree.
Exactly.
You want to go
I'm
back
down.
and you wanna go back
Otherwise-
and check them out?
If we're going to keep bouncing back and forth, we're going to be here all night.
Yeah, let's go check them out then.
I thought you
Wait,
wanted
wait.
me to lead from the front, Mohag says.
Wait, hold it.
You found a trident, Mohawk. Good job.
Okay, so we're going back the other way now.
Jeff,
All
I
right.
thought you said you didn't want to get attacked from behind. Maybe
But that's why
misunderstood.
we looked and we saw it was safe, so that we go, okay, let's go north.
We
You
did?
got to go one direction or another. What?
It was safe. I feel like we just went like
No. Yeah, I think those hallways lead to stuff, right?
Well, presumably these hallways do too.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, you have to turn around and just pick a direction and go.
Right.
Barrick, wait up.
Okay.
We're almost there. You guys can stay there. Hang out.
Okay.
Mohag is like huffing and puffing. What is the rush?
Nothing in here.
We walked here slowly. We're just speeding it up for the viewers.
He says, we haven't gone down here.
We want
Well-
to make sure we're not attacked from behind.
Okay, well then, let's go.
Go.
All right.
Mohag goes down
alcove
all
here?
the way.
Just an alcove. Great.
Mohag goes down all the way and he says, oh, there's an alcove here. And there's another alcove, he says. Oh, wait, it's a door.
Did we see anything in this first alcove, Bob? Like that looked
No.
different or investigate worthy?
Nope, nothing. Mm-mm.
Great. We make it down to this last one.
You make it down,
Mohag,
and
open
there's
the door.
there's a door here. Mohag's at the door, actually. He's listening to it, or at least pretending to listen to it, if that's the case. He says, I don't hear anything.
So the usual then.
He nods. Hmm.
Go inside, Mohag. You know how
I got your
doors
back.
work, right?
He opens the wooden door, and it reveals another long pathway south. This one ends eventually and heads west.
I want that crystal.
Maybe it's down this way, he says. I found another door. And he stops at the door here.
This is some
Uh,
high quality entertainment right there for the viewers at home.
yeah.
Mohag, open that door.
All
Love
right.
it.
Twist to the left, Mohag.
The door
And it
opens,
reveals another featureless passageway.
revealing three featureless
Three
passageways.
featureless passageways.
You can head north, east, or west in this corridor.
It's all going to connect to where we just were. So.
This is why everybody said they just don't make modules like they used to.
I
there's a
continue down
reason
this
they don't
way,
make
Bob.
modules
Good night.
like
I just
this.
want to peek down this hallway.
Which hallway?
I went like down all the way to the left and looked down that hallway around the corner.
Oh, it's another
Yes.
long hallway.
All right, I
Beyond
sent
your
lights
sight.
120 feet, I think.
I'll go up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can keep going if you'd like.
Yeah, 120 feet down the hallway, I send lights.
It starts
Yeah,
to
where-
curve, and it would be out of your visibility. Not
Gotcha.
Where are you guys?
I just went further down to see.
Bottom hallway. I followed it to the curves and I stopped. I got dark vision, so I'll make my way back.
Okay, everybody's moving all at once, so we got to go in a somewhat orderly fashion here.
Yeah, no, I think I was trying to follow and I got lost. Yeah,
Still
gonna
down
bring
at the bottom.
everybody
Still down at the bottom.
Oh,
this
what?
is where I got lost.
I'm bringing
You're
everybody
like-
back to the main door that you were just at.
Okay.
So, you have a couple of options here. You can go left, you can go right, or you can go straight.
I'm intrigued by the irregularity of the floor to the north. At the end of our field of vision, there's
Yeah,
some discolor. Oh, there's more than just discoloration.
yeah.
Good
if
as
you
way
wanna-
of any.
I'm gonna shoot my lights down there, Bob.
There's stuff.
Yeah. Once you get a little closer or shine the lights, the dancing lights go down to the end of the room, you can see that there is an eerie and forbidding sight. And unusual growths have extended themselves from within the room into the corridor, spreading inexorably onward and away from what appears to be a garden room. When you get close to it, you can smell and, almost feel the climate change. You were talking about humidity before, much more humid in this room. Floor is covered with a carpet of tufted molds that extend to all the walls and even onto parts of the ceiling, obscuring the rock surface. The molds appear in a rainbow assortment of colors. They are mixed in their appearance with splotches, clumps, swirls, and patches, presenting a nightmarish combination of clashing colors. This is indeed a fuzzy fairyland of the most forbidding sort, although beautiful in its own mysterious way. You've entered
I'm
the
not
garden
going
room.
up there.
I can't do mold again.
I'm just going to put Barrick's token here so you can see a little bit. You'd probably get closest to here maybe, but you can see what this room might look like.
Gotcha.
It is beautiful and deadly Alice in Wonderland.
If I drop a fire next to some of the mold, anything happen?
Just tell me which mold here, which square, like this blue one here.
No, like up here,
How far can you cast your thing?
60 feet.
Yeah, because Hyro can go 120 on Firebolt if we want to be even extra careful.
So, I mean, hey, I'm down.
Throw your fire up in there.
You throw a
Yeah.
bonfire out, yeah, sure. And
yeah,
it
up
just,
here, Bob.
Sure, up here.
Yeah, like where I see some mold in there.
Yeah. I mean, you'll see maybe small clouds of spores release into the air. Hard to tell what they would do, but they don't really interact with the fire other than just being like, the
It
catalyst
just sends
with
them into
which,
the air.
yeah, the catalyst with which
Okay.
it's, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm not going up in there. Different hall.
Yeah. It's gonna irk me because I feel like something like that must protect something interesting.
Go look. Hold your breath. Holding your breath works.
Go look. Hold your breath.
Hold your breath and go check it out.
Can we take like a bunch of ripped cloth and like put it over our
Ooh.
face?
And Earth
Yeah,
Ball
Bob.
New
I'll
Vegas.
throw some ripped cloth over my face and do a full double move in, double move out.
That's
Today,
what like
lads,
that's
we
what a
need
lot
someone
of
to do something.
that's what a lot of contractors do, right? When they go into a work site, they just put a cloth over their nose. And they're
Yeah.
good.
Wait,
Nothing
that
bad will
totally
happen.
works.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put a cloth over my nose and start sprinting.
Hyro just stares in disbelief at what's going on.
We really need a mesothelioma commercial right now. Mesolaw.com.
So Bob, it looks like you can get up to like here, like into this spot.
Sure. Let me just switch the
And-
music here.
I'm throwing. I've got my dancing lights, and I throw them ahead as far as I can to see what's ahead.
Is anybody going to get him if he passes out?
And I do not stay for any more than a cursory glance around with my lights, and then I turn and sprint out.
Sure. Just letting you all know, this came up maybe like a couple weeks ago or a week ago or two on Tabletop Audio. Magical flora. is the name of the song. So if you're looking to
Nice.
run this and you need a song for or a background music for the garden room, Magical Flora.
Does our alchemist recognize any of this stuff? Well, I forget his name.
Darius, but
Darius.
he needs to get closer to inspect them all.
Come on, Darius. Come up here. This is your stuff.
He's literally heard all of you say, "I'm not going in there." He's like, "I'll wait till it's safe."
I said
It
the
is
light
safe.
of Hyperius illuminates our path. I do my sprint.
So
And will Darius follow me?
sure. If you suggest it, Nate, he'll do it.
Great. Said we're doing it quick, Darius.
Remember, he
Doing
knows
it
you as
live.
he also knows you as the priest of the keep.
Yes, he does.
Hyro just pulls out some popcorn.
We get to here, we look around quick, lit up by my lights, and then we sprint out.
Now, there's a couple things I have to talk to you about. So,
Oh, bummer.
That's not good.
well, number one, once you actually get into the room, you notice that there are really two portions of the room. There's like the north arm and the west arm. When you walk in, you'll see. I'm going to move your token back because you would have seen this when you first came in. Right. So on the western side of the room, you can see that there are like somewhat circular, like stone formations, overgrown with the fungoid matter. In the southeast. Why am I confused here? 2 rooms. Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong here, but this one says the southeast corner. You'll see overgrown with fungus. You probably can't see them because of the mushrooms on the picture, but they're like covered with vegetation and the mushrooms and things like
are
that.
Fungus.
In the center of the northern wing, I think it's a typo. It should be on the western side because it said the western arm. The northern side, though, you'll notice also has two like big, like underground vegetation areas here. They're like little garden beds sunken into the ground. Each 10 feet, there's a 10-foot drop off basically for these two
Oh,
beds. Okay.
yep.
All right. So that's what you see in this room. So this side, you can see some rock formations covered by the fungus. And then over here, there's two garden beds that are sunken pits about 10 feet deep.
Gotcha.
So that's what you'd see when you walk in.
Yeah.
Nothing moving.
If there's anything I can learn with a cursory glance, that'd be great. And if Darius can learn anything, that'd be great.
Darius will tell you more. He'll tell you more. So
Okay.
all around you are hundreds of different kinds of fungus. They're scattered in patches and clumps. There are different types of mushrooms, like common toadstools, fungi. As he's moving past, he's like pointing them all out. There are giant puffballs, coral fungi, morels. There are even a grove of giant fungi with tree-like stems and 8-foot diameter caps. So it's like crazy. These are the biggest, fungus you've ever seen. And Darius is like, wow, it's incredible. He's like, there must be some extraordinary magic at work to keep this whole garden alive.
Indeed, my friend. Can't imagine what nutrients are feeding these fungi. Fungi are decomposers, am I right? So there must be plenty of what was once living decomposing down here.
Absolutely. He says, oh, here, look at this. And he pulls up a pink puffball fungus. He says, this. It's
I
actually-
wouldn't touch it, my friend. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, go for it.
No, nothing to be concerned about. And he holds up the fungus, and he's like, they're actually quite tasty. Here,
I
look.
Definitely wouldn't eat anything we find down here, my friend.
He'll take a bite
Slap it out of
of
his hand.
He's a pro.
He'll
This is
He'll
his
take it away.
thing. He doesn't tell you how to give a sermon.
try it.
Yeah, but I also wouldn't be giving a sermon down in the depths of a mysterious magical fortress where
You
we
That's
wouldn't?
all you do is
That's
give
all you
sermons
do.
in the depths of
Feels like
magical
the perfect place
fortresses.
for his sermon, if I'm going to be honest.
Hey,
This
could you,
fair
place
enough.
needs some Hyperions.
He's
can you
like,
please grab me a couple of morels? That's my favorite kind of mushroom for breakfast.
it's actually quite tasty. Here, take some.
Hmm. I.
He also ate a piece, so he's alive.
Okay. I say, do any of you want any morals?
No, this is a puffball. Don't confuse them.
Oh, sorry. I was.
I thought you were supposed to be the moral.
Oh, I'm doing my best.
Try it, he says. Try it. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna eat one.
I insist, he says.
I refuse, my friend.
Well, I guess more for the rest of us. And
Indeed.
He
Indeed.
takes about 6 puffballs that he can find and harvest and puts them in his back.
Okay. Yeah. I don't stay long enough to investigate more. I say, this place gives me the creeps. I had to know if there was something we needed to save down here.
Oh, he's like, this is wonderful. I'm just going to be a few moments, if you don't mind. He goes over and he's taking some red toadstools with white spots on it. And he's starting to clip them and again, take out his alchemist tools, or I guess it would be botanist tools. And he's like taking samples.
I think we're done foraging for the day, my friend. Perhaps we should move on.
No, couldn't. Just
I go
a
back to the
moment.
group and roll my eyes.
It's not every day you get to see this. And he's looking all around him. He's like, this is incredible.
Darius, lad, what do you see?
Ah, there's red toadstools here.
Aye? Are there
He's
red toadstools there?
There are. He's you can see him. He's got a few in his hand. He's
Do
like,
you see anything moving?
I mean, everything here is moving. It's breathing, living.
Darius, do you stop to ask why things are breathing and living down here?
Life found a way.
Darius Goldblum, you son of a...
How'd you know his last name?
It seemed like a botanist name. Goldblum.
Kind of is.
He's
Very much is.
harvesting. He's
That
harvesting
is,
some.
that is officially his last name now.
He's harvesting some blue-gray morel and puffballs, toadstools. He's going. He's going.
Nothing magical.
Does he seem like he's acting normally, or does he seem
He's giddy.
spacey and out of it? He's
giddy.
Giddy.
Mhm.
I'll look at Eric and go, does he act like that normally?
I've only ever seen him around his shopping in town, but he is quite excited about his trade. This is a new level even for him.
I mean, no
Okay,
one knows.
does he seem high? I will just ask it straight out.
What are you asking him?
I am asking in Skeggy's insight, does he feel like Darius is not acting like himself, that he might be intoxicated or inebriated or hallucinating?
He says, I'm high on life.
Okay, I'm not asking for Darius's opinion. I'm asking for Skeggy's opinion.
Oh, I don't know. You can, if you want to make an insight check, you can. But
That
if you,
is where I'm going, but I'm not going to ask you if I
Gotcha.
can make a check. That's a GM decision.
yeah. But I thought you were talking to him. Sorry.
No. I'm observing him. Is my point.
Gotcha.
So, do you want me to do that or not?
Yeah, do it.
Okay. 13. I can't really tell.
He's very enthusiastic about botany and alchemy, and he's harvesting. That's what he was doing before you got here.
Okay. So,
If anybody can survive in there, it's him.
Skeggy, you were like looking at him, trying to see his body language, and your passive perception picked up what looks like mushrooms, except they are advancing on Darius.
How big? What direction? How? Oh, hello.
Uh-oh.
Do they look unhappy?
I mean, you can't tell because of their anatomy, but there are fungus moving towards him. They don't look like they're actually mushrooms anymore. They could be some sort of creature that looks and hides.
Darius, lad, it's time to get out there.
No, no. Just a moment. I've got to get this last puffball.
And I want to shoot. I want to shoot one of these.
All right, let's
I
go into
create
initiative
a
here.
bonfire right here. Damn.
Initiative. We got an
Darius,
initiative
you
here.
forced it.
Do we have it? Do we
son
have
of
an initiative, or do we need to roll?
Oh, we got it already. Sasori's at 21, Eric's at 16, Barrick's at 15, Skeggy's at 13, Darius is at 10, Mohag's at 5, Hyro's at 2. So let's do it. Let's jump in. We start with Sasori.
I'm really afraid after that brown mold.
I know. Isn't this great?
5, 10, 15, 20. That's like as close as I want to get. I think I can attack. I just decided if I have to attack with disadvantage or not on a ranged attack. Yeah, let's it's gonna be disadvantage. I can do 20, it's 20-60 for throwing with my dagger. I'm gonna throw a dagger.
Okay.
That'll hit 21. I hope it will. Maybe. I'm attacking the one, right straight ahead of me. So that's got an ally within 5 feet. So that'll be 13 damage, piercing to this guy.
13 damage. Regular damage. That'll kill it.
Regular piercing damage. Yep.
That will kill it. So this
Cool.
creature, the front one, you shoot at it or throw your dagger at it, I should say, stabbing it. Darius reacts, turns around. He's like, oh my god! And at the same time, these three will emit a massive shrieking sound that can be heard within 300 feet of it. Let's see here.
So I'm not quite done yet.
What's that?
I'm not done.
No, you're not done. Go ahead.
Okay. So that Darius, let's go. And I'm gonna take out a second dagger and toss it at the other creature.
Go for it.
Right in front of him.
Go for it.
Oh, that dagger was the one that had the minus on it. Doesn't matter because it was a 21, I'm guessing. 19 hit.
You hit.
Okay, ignore sneak attack damage on this one. 5 damage, piercing.
These are weapons you have damage penalties to?
No, that was the one that just went.
Oh, okay.
Was the. So I guess we should have said it was 12. It was a
Ah.
20 to hit and 12 damage.
Okay, so then it's actually still alive.
Doesn't
Okay.
it have a -2, John? Sorry to be that guy.
No, my short sword has -2.
Ah, nice.
Oh no, I
Gotcha.
threw the dagger. These daggers don't have any minus penalties. I'm sorry, but I only have 2 more now.
Okay, so then the other one would hit this one and kill it, right?
9, just 5 damage. Yeah, that one's dead, and then 5
No,
damage
so-
on.
If it... Oh, so this one had no penalty. Gotcha, okay.
Correct. I forgot. I threw that dagger. Yeah.
Okay, 5 to the other one. Gotcha. All right.
Yep.
That's your turn?
And then I'm gonna take dash action and get the hell out of here.
Okay, Eric is up.
I think I'm gonna use just a spiritual weapon. I'm gonna cast. No, I'm just gonna use a crossbow. These things feel pretty weak. Yeah, I'll just use my light crossbow. And I'll attack the nearest one. I'll move forward and attack the nearest one. It does an 18 hit.
You hit?
All right, let me get it up here. Let's see. We'll go right to the edge right there. And I'll do 3 damage on this one in the bottom left corner.
Sure, 3. It's got taken 8 so far. End of your turn?
That's my turn.
Okay, we go to Barrick.
I sprint up next to Eric and say, Darius, you knucklehead! We've got to get out of here. And I throw a bonfire down on the one Eric just hit. It needs to make a dexterity save.
What is your saving throw?
14.
It fails.
Sweet. 2 2d8. It's coming through. Takes 6 fire damage.
That'll kill it.
Sweet.
And then
the bonfire is there.
Okay, great. And the creatures just shriek again, that droning sound, almost like an alarm, basically shouting out.
Almost
Bitch.
Yeah.
I mean, by the light of Hyperius.
We go to Skeggy, then Darius.
Okay, I'll take a couple of steps there.
By the way, Darius he's like turned around, he's shocked, he's looking at all of you, he's like going like this, he's waving his hands, he's like, no.
Okay. Yes, I'll take a couple of steps up and get a shot through the middle up at this one.
Sure.
And I will first insightfully fight it.
Mm-hmm.
19. That's versus its deception, which would be a charisma roll.
It fails.
Okay. And so I will shoot it, and I will get my sneak attack damage because I've been fighting it so insightfully. Let me find. So I've only shot it an 11.
You hit.
I hit. Lovely. And I'm going to do 17 to it.
You kill it.
Lovely.
And again, Darius waving his hand, he's like, no! Stop! The droning sound is so loud you can barely hear him. He's like, stop! And we go to Mohag.
Did they do damage to him?
They did not attack him, no.
They have not. Oh.
I think they're just
We're
drumming him or
murdering
something.
his friends.
Wait, hold on. Was any damage done whatsoever? Anything bad?
No.
No, we're just trigger happy.
Oh, I must have missed something. I thought. Oh.
Mohag's gonna run up here, and
No.
it's not even his.
Damn it.
He can't even get up here. For
didn't
purposes
pay
of the story here, he runs up and just smashes this last one, and just deletes it. And he's like really pleased with himself. Takes his axe and wipes off the fungus, and that'll end the combat. And Darius is like, "Oh, look what you've done!" And he clears his throat. These are shriekers, innocent, harmless creatures. Why would you do this? And Mohag's like, I thought they were gonna kill you. And he's like, no.
Our DM said roll initiative.
To be fair, I think one of you said I was attacking it, shooting it.
I
or something.
did say I was
Yeah.
shooting it.
Yeah.
I did say that.
He looks at the little funguses and their little tentacles on the floor, and he's like, oh, poor guys. They live in fungal areas. If you startle them, they shriek.
And what happens when they shriek?
Well, they scare you, I guess, scare other
more
creatures
stuff
away, but
comes.
they're harmless otherwise.
What about the things that come when they start shrieking, though?
What would come?
Realizing my
Ooze.
mistake, I'm going to go up there and say a prayer.
Ooze monsters, stone
I'm not at all
golems.
convinced it was a mistake.
He's
I'm
a
gonna
little
go
sad.
get my
but-
daggers.
I had thought they had attacked. I should have paid attention better. I had thought they had done something attack worthy. Barrack certainly wouldn't want to kill things that hadn't attacked first.
He's like, well, I guess it was true intentions, but next time, trust the expert. And he offers you another pink puffball, Barrack.
Yeah, I'm going to eat it out of guilt now.
Yes.
So we'll finally find out what it really does.
God,
Barrack, it's
Oh, for the
delicious.
love of-
It's
oh,
delicious.
no. Oh, please.
great.
It's like eating the best, like most flavorful portobello mushroom you've ever had. And it provides you nourishment for the entire day.
The guilt overwhelms Barrack. He feels like he's Barrack's gonna go to like the back of the crew, make a bonfire, and start praying to Hyperius. He's like feeling a little weird.
He
It's
says,
a
here,
damn mushroom.
here, every one of
It's
you,
not
take one
something
of
to be worried
these.
about.
He
What?
gives each of you a red toadstool. And he says, "If we have time, I could perhaps find better ones, but right now this is all I could gather." He says, "But take these red toadstools. In a pinch, they might just save your life."
All right.
What? I mean, when should I use it? Like after someone has died, or when I'm feeling tired?
If
Doctor.
someone sustained massive wounds, this might bring them back just for a brief moment.
Good to know. Put it in the bag and forget about it for probably five sessions.
And then 10 sessions later, we'll be like, didn't we have some of those mushrooms? Yeah, Sasori had him, and he's a stone now.
This sounds
Moha-
familiar.
Mohag is like, "Really?
Wait, this
These
is fun.
these
History
things do
repeats
so
itself.
much?" Mohag is like, "These things do so much," and he goes and grabs a purple toadstool, and he just picks it up, puts it in his pocket. Jeff, you see him do that. Skeggy sees him do that.
Hey, Moag, you best show that to Darius before you go eating it.
He says, "Four eyes over there." He doesn't wear glasses, by the way. He's like, "What does he know? These look the same," and he holds the two up. One's clearly purple, and the other's red.
Are you colorblind, lad? They're not
How'd you
the
know?
same.
How'd you know?
It's just an educated guess.
Hmm.
I'll point at the red one. That one's okay. Point at the purple one. That one's going to kill you.
He's like, and he just puts it in his pocket anyway.
Darius, the purple ones, are they safe to eat?
Oh no, you'll die.
I look at Mohag and go,
Mohag takes out the purple one and just cusses and throws it to the side. Fine.
Oh no, I hear that and I take two purple ones and take them and say, I could think of a use for these.
Nice. Well done.
they have political potential,
There you go.
says the old diplomat.
Yeah. What was the? Did you ever watch Breaking Bad? Ricin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This could be your ricin.
There you go.
I love it.
All right.
I
So
ask him, if I apply it to a weapon, can it get in the bloodstream that way, or does it need to be ingested?
he says, he's like, "I would assume so." He's like, "But I've never seen anybody get it into bloodstream. How would you do that?"
I would rub it all over the dagger and throw the dagger into the creature.
He says, "Oh, I guess the dagger would solve the issue on its own, wouldn't it?"
Not if I want an instant death.
He says, "Well, I guess you could try." He's like, "But I've only heard of people eating it and dying."
All right, I'm gonna stick with the two I took.
Sure. And then Mohag's looking around for more stuff, but you see he uncovers a big patch of brown mold, and he's like, "I guess I'm not going to go near that one." And he's like, "All right, I think we're good here, right?"
Does it look like there's anything under the brown mold?
It's
Without
covering-
getting too close to it, can I just...
It's like the rock wall behind it.
Great, never mind.
He's like, "Let's get out of here."
I did a cursory walk through the garden, blessing the plants with the light of Hyperius as I walked around.
Yeah, I mean we're like in here now. Like, I wanna
Yeah,
see if
I
there's any-
went all now that we're in here. I went all the way around, Bob.
Okay, so you go all the way to the northern side.
I do, and it seems like Sasori is with me.
Is there a sword and a stone or something?
Give me perception checks.
Fantastic.
You said you were looking for things, correct? You were like
Correct.
doing a cursory look.
Yeah, I'm trying to investigate the room now. 16 for me.
Sasori?
I go back to D&D Beyond to get it. 18.
Ooh, nice.
You see at the far north end of the garden, you see what looks like spores and fungi, but they're covering something lumpy underneath. When you investigate a little further, you see it's actually a body. You see leather armor rotting remains, clothes, belt, boots. A short sword lies nearby.
Ever
And
have a ding
we
ding?
attempt to grab the items in the body as much as we can, and if spores begin to get disturbed, try to back away as quickly as possible.
Yeah, you can. These don't look the same as the spores on the wall that Mohag found in the west side.
Great.
You pick up the corpse and actually even if
Well,
you
actually, I
were,
was going to look at Sasori and say, do you want to move the body or just take the items?
Kind of want to. I think this mushroom guy maybe could tell us how long it's been here.
Good point. I thought perhaps we could leave it here for them to decompose, but I
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, we take it all, Bob.
I definitely want the sword. Yeah.
Darius is like, wow, incredible. Look at all this growth on him. And you bring the corpse back, and you when you pick up the body, actually, though, you do. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind. Yeah, it's fine. You find he's wearing a silver dagger, and it's got a black dragon skin wrapped handle. The skeleton itself is rotten, like pretty far in the decay process. And you saw the short sword that he had as well that was nearby. You grabbed that too, I assume, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great.
What's the armor look like?
Almost ruined.
Okay.
No, sorry.
I think-
It is ruined. It is ruined.
Okay.
Sorry, this dagger might help you stabby stab. Seems to suit you.
I take it. I spin it. It is very nice. Thank you.
It's got a good weight to it. And then this short sword as well, which wasn't sheathed in anything, but it was next to the corpse. You can pocket these items, and Darius says, "I've gotten everything I need."
Well, I drop my rusted short sword there and replace it with that.
Mhm.
I pick up the daggers off the floor that I threw. Nothing else on his body of interest.
No, it's
And
anything that was there was like mostly decomposed.
Short sword doesn't look interesting at all. Just like a regular, like same like mine, or it looks a little different.
It doesn't look different. No, it looks like a short sword. But again, if you'd like to, during a rest, attune to it or something like that, you could.
Yeah.
It's at this point, though, that I think we'll pause here because I think it's a nice stopping point, and we are ready to move on to another room. So we'll pause here. We'll switch it over to our big screen here. Thank you for watching tonight. This is a fun one. Lots of fun guys. We all are, I think. Wouldn't you agree?
Indeed.
Bunch of fun guys here for you. Stay tuned. Next week, we are going to be continuing out of the garden room, and who knows what other trouble this group is going to be getting into, and what of these weapons that you found, and why are there all of a sudden all these mold and fungus in an otherwise perfectly well-kept secret hidden magical fortress. More to come.
I hate this place.
But until next time, though, we will see you on the tabletop. Have a great week, everybody, and see you soon. Bye.
Adios, everybody.
Good night.